Hey guys, so this is going to be another craft update, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I have is this polymer clay Neapolitan themed Oreo cookie. And I used a flour cookie cutter for the bite mark effect, and then I textured it with the needle tool. And I have, this looks really realistic because I took an actual Oreo cookie and made a mold out of it. So yeah, it has the Oreo imprint and everything. And I shaded it with chalk pastels, and then the frosting on the inside is glazed. So yeah, it looks super real. This is probably one of my favorite miniatures I've ever made. Then I also made this cake, and it has a little slice that comes out of it. This one over here. And basically it just has like a vanilla layer in the middle of frosting, and then it has like vanilla cake, and I really like this. This is inspired by My Petite Cakes, how she makes those miniature cakes. And then the top just has strawberries, and I used acrylic paint for the frosting, and I really like how that looks. So yep. Then I also made this sugar cookie, and it has a bunch of sprinkles on top. And here's what the back looks like. Then I also made this Alice in Wonderland chibi, and I love this. I love how clean my clay is. Then I also made this rainbow, and it took me forever to get this perfect, and I also really like how clean my white clay is. Then I also made this little cupcake, and it's really shiny. Then I made this macaron keychain. So it has 3 macarons, and this is inspired by I Eat Socks. Then I have this other single macaron, which is really tiny. And then I have this 4th of July cupcake I made. And the Alice in Wonderland, the rainbow, and this cupcake are all glazed with resin, and the rest are glazed with triple thick. So let me know what you guys think, which kind of glaze looks better. Alright, then I have some resin creations I made. So these are the very first ones I've ever made. So let's get started. So the first one I have is the very first resin piece I ever made. It is this Hello Kitty one. And Hello Kitty is in a tropical setting with an umbrella. And I used magenta glitter. And I put rhinestones all around. Then I also made this one, which is like a beach themed, so it has like golden glitter for the sand and blue glitter for the sky, and I used a lighter blue glitter closer to the sand to represent, like, you know how the sky is lighter at the bottom and darker at the top? I don't know if you guys have noticed that before. And then I also put an actual seashell I got from the beach inside, but it looks like a sticker, but it's actually a real seashell. And then the back, this is what the back looks like. Next, I made this So Craftastic resin piece, and I'm going to be giving this to her when I send my items in for review. So here's what it looks like. And then the back is just a magnet. Then I also made this other magnet. So it's Rilakkuma, and it's macaron themed. So there's 2 macarons, and Rilakkuma is sitting on a cake, like he's sliding down the cake. And first time I did a rainbow glitter background, which is inspired by Tattooed Cookie. And here's what the back looks like. And it's just like a bunch of different colors, stripes. And I put a magnet on this one as well. Then I have this sprinkle resin piece. I just put a bunch of pastel colored sprinkles. And the back is just like this lavender purple glitter. And then I also made this circular resin piece that just has a bunch of sprinkles, and I used food coloring to dye it. Then I have this Oyasumi Bakura resin piece, and I mixed silver and white glitter together to look like clouds almost. And there's Rilakkuma and his little friend, and I really like this one. And here's what the back looks like. So yeah, I really like the glitter in this one. Then I also made this Mamagoma one, and Mamagoma is sitting on a little pancake that's the shape of Mamagoma, which I think is super cute. And I did lighter glitter on the inside and then a darker color for the border. So I really liked how that looks. Then I made this little, it has like a little paper flower on the inside. And then there's like some blue glitter as the background. And I really like this. The only thing is there are a couple of air bubbles, but that kind of goes with the whole flower underwater theme, so it looks okay. This is the only resin piece that actually has air bubbles, which I'm really proud of. And yeah, some of the flower is sticking out in the back, but that's okay. Then I made some mini resin pieces. So I made this little bow ring. I made this little pendant. And I made this other purple resin bow ring. So yeah, those are all for the resin creations and the clay creations. Now for the Decoden creations. So first I have this container I decorated, which has like silicone, and I use silicone for the frosting, and it has like little clay miniatures on top of it. And by the way, I labeled all these boxes so I can sort out my stuff better. And then I also have this one, which says silver jump rings, and I decorated the body of it with deco tape, and then the top has like a little design with silicone. And then these two don't have anything on top. They only have like the little deco tape around, so it's kind of like a variation. But this one does. And again, I use this paper flowers that I love so much. So yeah, here's what it looks like. And then I made this little like cupcake that's really elegant. Again, I put the paper flower, and I put silicone for the frosting, and I put glitter and rhinestones and micro beads, and it's just super adorable. And it's actually a card holder. All you have to do is basically just stick your card in between these two eye pins. So yeah. And then I have this bow plush. So yeah, and then the last thing, I have to move everything out of the way because it's really big. It is this Decoden box I made. And I'm just going to remove this and just put this here. And I'm going to lift my camera so you guys can really see it. So yeah, here's what it looks like. It's super adorable. It is this Decoden box I made, and I used silicone for the frosting, and I put bows. Basically the theme is sewing, and then I have two little like resin bows on top of it, and I put like a bunch of sewing details. I even have a little safety pin there and those little paper flowers, and I put glitter all over it and beads on it. So yeah. And that's pretty much it for this craft update. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram. Bye!